Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday encounter in an ordinary life of an Aspie. As you're fully aware, that there has been some series being messed up sort of thing when I have been collabing and putting it all together. So in all further ado, I apologise, and like I said, I'm just trying to collab them in the right order as we go along. So in this moment of time, this one's going to be based on dating and relationships, so I'm going to all that up for you lot that have been watching my channel, or just the ones that has been. So this one's basically just some tips by me as if you're dating me, or maybe someone else is an Aspie. This is just going to be short and brief, and the following one, part 2, will be in more in depth based on my knowledge and know-how and advice for you along the way. So here goes. Number 1 is adapting to any changes in any new situation that may arise. As you are fully aware that there are times when I need to adapt or change my way of thinking, or just change in a way of the environment I'm in, just to make myself feel comfortable and be familiar with my surroundings, no matter what it may be. As by this with many other Aspies that I have been talking to or viewing on the channel, you see that it's up to us, all of us, how we determine their future. Obviously, all the decisions when these things arises. I believe that no matter what decision we make, however big or small though, it will come to a time where it may affect people around us, no matter what it might be that is involved or just has been socialising in our circle. Everyone will understand and may agree to a point that this can be difficult for some in this adapting to any changes in new situations, whatever they're facing. What I find that it's difficult for me to adapt to my surroundings or any changes to differences of opinions, yes, because obviously, as I said so many times before, guys, that basically, you know, many people have the lack of understanding, know-how of AS and all these other pre-diagnoses of the conditions and disorders I have. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, it would be good if we had an awareness and an understanding basically of it all. Then hopefully there won't be too many people that will come in our circle and judge or criticise us for the way we do things. And like I said, also some more of that piece about to tell or not to tell, basically, so that, you know, people can understand us, is on my channel as well. Anyway, we are entitled for our own opinions, yes, but sometimes in a matter of speaking, some people may not respect us and our matters of opinions. I believe that we all have differences of opinions when we voice out. I'm learning now, despite my difference of opinions based on my experiences that I've been through, of the situations in my life, that, you know, many people will chuck it back at me, and, you know, it may work for some, for this advice and tips that I give along the way of what I've been through to encourage and motivate people. But then, like I said, that's their choice again. Sometimes, as I said, I like to be open, but then, like someone said to me so many times before, not too open. Hopefully just leave a little bit about me on my own, in my little, you know, pocket, so that hopefully that I can protect myself again, or just to make sure that it's the right time to actually share what may be on my mind and heart, whatever it may be, you know, of everyday situations that come and go. I am open to a point where, when it comes down to people's differences of opinions, thought patterns, their actions towards me or towards others. Many people know me that I have been taking a lot of grunt from people in my years, and no matter what, I am in this predicament right now that sometimes it confuses me to the core, that you say one thing and say another, and it's like I question you guys. It's like when people say to me, you know, if I've got any questions or anything, instead of shying away like I used to, since now I'm opening up more on my shell, many people think I talk all a mile a minute, but I do tend to question, you know, certain questions from people, and regardless of it all, I get the feeling that they're hiding something, or they just don't want to be blunt and honest with me, even that, or they're just fearful that it might hurt my feelings, because, as I said before, I feel deeply of certain situation that arises, no matter what it might be, sort of thing, be it if someone is ill, be it if someone is, you know, close to deathbed or what have you. But many people, as I said, may laugh at me for this, but that's just who I am as a person. I do believe that there will always be other ways of doing some things, even though many people say there's only one thing to do in that particular situation, meaning like even though we may have some rules and regulations that we have to follow and abide by, sometimes we need to bend the rules a bit and just feel what's fit, no matter what, so to speak. How I look at it though, you do have different opinions. Great. Woohoo, you know. I do as well, but it's like a matter of respecting each other, you know, in a way of our different opinions. You know, you have them, I have them, obviously. But don't expect me to be the same as you to actually answer the question that you're asking, expecting that same answer from me all the time. When many people tend to think I tend to change my mind so quickly all of a sudden. But sometimes also, another food for thought here is, do not rush me when it comes to decision making. When it comes down to it, sometimes I need to actually sit down, weigh up my pros and cons on that kind of thing. Some of it will need the pros and cons than more than just a yes or no, and you know, seeing that I can feel safe in that safety belt of the jurisdiction of whatever it may involve, be it if I was invited to basically a party and stuff, if I have to withdraw myself from the party if I need to for a time, when, as I said before, that social anxiety level of my, you know, social energy tank, I can do it till the comes come home, socialise, and then it exhausts me. Sometimes I burn out, as they say, and I'm trying to learn now to not burn out. I like to say here though, when it comes down to giving me that time to think and digest what you're saying to me and you're wanting an answer, you know, don't expect an answer straight away. Sometimes I'm really cautious when it comes down to answering these questions, because I believe, you know, everything happens for a reason, and sometimes with that reasoning there are consequences to follow that may have been said and done. Regardless of what you have said and done, like I said, will reflect on you later on, maybe, as well as vice versa for me too. I am, however, entitled to have my different opinions in how I see and do things, even if you do question to me how I do it and why I'm doing it, or what the fuck is Kieran thinking, or what the fuck is Kieran up to. You know, excuse my terminology, but that's how it is obviously with certain people. I would like from you is that you can respect me as I do with you lot, you know, respecting your guys' privacy or respecting your guys' matters of opinions. I believe, however, there's no right or wrong way of doing things, regardless of what it is. Sometimes many of us are fearful of doing something that is new, obviously, and we're fearful that we're going to keep continuing making the same mistakes. If something new, be it, I don't know, like we're doing a book or something, you say, like I am, and we're just fearful of doing our way of doing it. Sometimes though, people think that wants the easy way out for everything when it comes in life. Yes, as I've noticed, that situations change, things get harder, life throws a curveball at us and they actually test us on every level of situations that we go for, I believe. So, as you know and fully aware, or should be right now, as I've been sharing this so many times before, I'm on a routine or schedule basis, as well as when I do plan now and again, if I do involve you or you involve me, vice versa, I have a backup plan of all our files on me of a certain particular idea or plan that goes ahead. Sometimes I'll try and be flexible and adaptable to those people that are around me, basically, when it comes down to those change of plans or just plans in action sort of thing. This is just me being organised and just doing my thing of the rituals and routines, basically, so that, you know, it's like a security net, or shall we say a security blanket for me, having a ritual and routine that I need to do it, to us. Everything in my world will just collapse on me there and then. It will be nice now and again, instead of people playing mind games with me now and again, when they just sit there silently thinking that I'm a mind reader, assuming that I know what you guys are thinking, because as people keep telling me, stop assuming what I know or what I feel to know of whatever comes your way. Well, I'm sorry, you gotta open up to me as I do with you. That just give and take, you know. Honesty is the best policy as well, I believe. Even though many people, as I said in one of my thoughts in my book, which I'm hoping maybe to bring out a bit more of, is the values and morals of certain things that I live by are starting to disappear because of our younger generation, how it's brought about from the social media, since the social media is influencing young ones to do what they want when they want without reaping out the consequences of what's going to happen next, sort of thing. I will not have to then assume, guess or doubt what you guys are thinking about me or whatever it may be. So as I said, communication. Communicate with me at all times. Spontaneous people, the types how I see is the ones that will go with the flow and not think of a backup plan or not think of the consequences that will follow after it's done, or something along these lines. It may have been said also. I see that these type of people are like people with no goals, pretty much, when these, you know, spontaneous people are, or no dreams, no visions to what they want to do and achieve in life. Sometimes they just want to lay back and think everything has to be, again, on the silver platter. But again, just bear with me. I'm not judging or criticizing you all. If you are one of those type of people, you know, everyone's different. And I'm just sharing what I am sharing right now, what I've based on my experiences and what I've seen and felt in my lifetime with people in the past and present I've socialized with in the social circles of mine. I am at the moment trying to learn to take it one day at a time, but it's not always easy because my mind's always continuously erasing, thinking I need to get to the next destination, and then trying to visualize what my future would be in that destination where I want to go for. Even though sometimes I'm finding it really hard right now to actually see my future when I feel that certain things are put to a stop or what have you. While you are leading the way of things, do however communicate to me. Okay, many people are leaders, and sometimes I believe that there are times that we need to just maybe be our own selves and actually do what we think. I've learned also with this, when I've been dating, basically, or just in relationships, or whatever you want to call this type part here, that, you know, some don't want to compromise or be in a relationship. They just want to be there for the fun, right? As I said so many times before, they're afraid of commitment or just committing to a proper relationship with a decent girl, whoever it may be, you know, and they just abuse it, and then that's their choice, obviously. You know, sometimes at the moment it just feels like I'm still picking up the pieces no matter what it may be with the particular people around me. And I'm just hoping that one day that the particular someone, if he's doing all these lame jokes and stuff, he'll understand later on what a real relationship is all about, even though he said he's all about the fun. When something arises, I have that niggling thoughts and feeling, you know, as if something's really, really pulling me at my gut or pulling at my strings like a puppet on a string. I don't wish to tell them sometimes because I fear that if something is on my, you know, heart, they'll just really lash out at me in a way of getting so angry, don't want to know sort of thing. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to put my problems on their problems sort of thing, even though now I've learnt that I have to try and problem solve on my own. But then again, I also believe that I have to remove all my perceptions and judgment call of what I've been feeling in the past sort of thing, despite that I'm still learning to try and, as I said, voice out my thoughts and opinions, regardless what it may be, you know. Okay, another one is making time for anyone and everyone. I know that and believe that many people tend to struggle with this due to our busy lifestyle and schedule that we may have in our lifestyle choices, be it if we've got a job, be it if we've got a family, be it if we're married, be it just a single mom, if we feel kind of trapped that we can't make time for others. But then again, it's good to make at least 5 to 10 minutes a day to get around with people, you know. I have given up my time and energy for everyone around me, even though, you know, now I'm down and out sometimes and just feel like I'm on my own now and again. Many people just tend to think, oh, she's being a hermit, or, you know, all these other label mentalities, as I said in one of my videos. I'm learning now, I'm trying to discern more about people, what they like, despite what I've been through. You know, many people may think Kieran's just crazy thinking that, but that's just me, because as I said in one of my videos about shape-shifting, I will, you know, visualize what people are like, trying to, you know, take it on board, how they're acting, why they're acting that way and whatnot. Is it the right way to act? Is it not? In everyday situations, when it comes down to socializing or just, you know, communicating with others. I
I know there will come a time and day that when I need to let go of some people, if I need to, that it will allow me to grow and learn more about myself and just growing more as a person, mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, I am precise to what I want to do and make plans and arrangements with others around me. So I do love to plan and go and explore more, even though some Aspies in my circle that I've been talking to or watching, some of the Aspies don't like the planning or decision making. Some of it they'll leave it to their neurotypical partners if they've got any, or just people in general. But it's funny, like I said, every one of us on that autism spectrum disorder pretty much channel of that umbrella will correlate to some things that I may go off different than them. Decisions. The will of making decisions, this is what I call it as. Sometimes when being in a relationship, which I'm hoping to bring later in the piece about the, about it in depth, is, or whatever it may be, like in my life experience anyway, I have found that I have been trying to be forced to make a lot of decisions in that, but it's all about teamwork and actually, sacrificing one thing to another. Be it like, for example, if I was watching chick flicks or something, or something I like on TV, and I don't, as I said so many times before, I'm not a big fan of rugby, but if a guy, on the other hand, loves his rugby, I'll sacrifice watching my chick flicks and sit down and watch it with him, and maybe he can do that in return with the chick flicks and eating ice cream or whatever it was in that time frame. Sometimes and again, I'm alright with making decisions of the small stuff for myself, but when it comes down to other stuff that is really bigger and thing, it's like I'm trying to get that other person involved, be it in a relationship or just a friendship in general, pretty much. But as I said, compromisation and communication to this is important. I see that today though, however, many males expect the females to make the decision as they are in society looked upon the decision makers, negotiators and more. I find this is difficult as I really do need some input now and again so that I'm going the right way about it, be it a confirmation or, as I say, many guys don't like me asking for confirmation or just a heads up about it and what's going to happen here on in. I try to go with the flow with my gut instinct with the decisions every day when I feel it is right. But remember, as I said before, I do not like being rushed when it comes to decision making. I need my time out period to know sort of thing. When I have been with someone, they said to me, do what you want. Now this tells me, in my books, if I was in a relationship with that, they don't wish to be bugged or they don't want to be wished to be fully committed to me regardless of what it may be. As I said before, I may read black and whites or read between the lines of what may be said and done. I was all very information and sponge. And I could be wrong in this case of do what you want when you want, status quo, but yes, okay, there are times we can have spaced out periods when we're in a relationship or not, but hey. And then I get told that whatever is said to me to take it however and whatever I want. That's another peeve that I hate that I've been reading on the mind of people. That part of me is, excuse me, what's your attitude and what you're saying to me? That's how I'm reading that as. I hate this when it arises to hear this and many other quotes because it's obviously one of my peeves. But then again, we all need to be careful to how and what we say. Some of us may take it the wrong way and we'll just do what you say, and then you may end up telling us off after what has been said. So what I'm saying there is, if you're saying those two quotas of that pet peeves that I've just said, don't go uppity at us for taking it the way we thought you were saying it is. If you were more clearer and specific to what you're saying in those two comments that I've just shared, then you wouldn't have this problem of us having these confusion, disagreements, arguments, or whatever that may arise from both of our parties' side. We need to negotiate and be able to understand where we're at, sort of thing, whatever it may be. I do sometimes like to take charge of some situations, but not all, okay? Be it like I said, I like to plan. Sometimes I'm a good planner. I plan things ahead sometimes, and sometimes now and again I've noticed that many people have witnessed with me. Maybe I should have been an event planner or something in those lines, but I don't know. there's a lot of things that I've got my skills for that I might be wasting away at the moment, but I'm sure that they'll come use later on. I do sometimes, however, like to yeah, I said that, but got to remember your input is also important as well as what I say and do. Number 3, understanding one another. Hopefully I've got enough time for this. Is most of us are hard to understand of us typical Aspies, you know, or shall we say just normal Aspies in general, because we are all wired differently, one way or another. Many of us do tend to want to be alone. Some of us want to be in groups. Many of us just wants to do one opposite of the next, you know. Some Aspies are known as introverts pretty much obviously, and then other times they'll probably be known as the extroverts, but more on the piece of the introverts versus extroverts later on about Aspies, on that my view on it. Sometimes with the ones that you would like to be alone has learnt that is all they want and is adapted to. Some people may think that I am hard to understand, as well as the other labels and thought patterns that people have addressed me on, as mentioned previously in my one of my videos. This is due to the lack of understanding and the awareness. And then the assumption of others around me probably just think that because I'm not talking all of a sudden, that I'm just shy and awkward, socially awkward. I've learned now to get out of my comfort zone and try to talk to others around me and socialise as much as possible. As I said, it will tire me though, however. There are some things that I do need to be done a certain way. What I wear, eat and wear is due to my sensory overload. Sometimes some people may think I shouldn't be wearing this, it's not part of fashion, but sometimes I just need to feel what is right for me. Many times being told that you are just using this as an excuse, will say this again. I'm not using it as an excuse. Trying to let you all in to know what I am and who I am as a person. This does, however, cause problems for many people I have come in my path. You know, I'm opening up, as I said, sort of thing, trying new things, letting people in my life, regardless what I've been through in my life, even though I'm so self-forgiving on others and giving many people a lot of chances, even though now I'm trying to learn right now not to give many people chances, I guess. But then, hey, I do not see this as a problem. People always tend to question me or have some perceptions on me. That's fine, as again, that's their opinion, thinking, thought patterns about me. Why can you not change it, etc. of the quotes. I do not or should not have to change myself to please others around me. I'm trying to learn right now, regardless how I speak, think or act, that I shouldn't have to change that forte of who and what I am. I've learned that you can't always please others because it's a tiring job. I've learned that so many times before. Trying to fit in is another one, you know, trying to fit in, please everyone in that social circle, pretty much. But more on the piece of that autistic burnout later on. I do like my routine. People do not wish to, for people coming out unannounced. It would be nice if you just communicate to me. Sometimes I do like surprises now and again. It's, if you know what I like and don't like in a way of things based on surprises, then by all means, you know. I feel that we are always lacking in getting to know everyone when it comes down to our social circle, be it whatever it is, because I feel that now and again people just jump in a relationship or friendship and think that we should know everybody just in one split second. Whatever the statement is, you get to know the person in an interview within 30 seconds to a minute. In that interview, judging by their appearance and body language, that scares the hell out of me there. Okay, advice in this part from me is to at least accept each other's differences, no matter what or they are, and work along with these differences on somehow on every level, no matter what it may be. No matter what they do, how they think or go about things, work with us, not against us. As mentioned again, I will say it again, not to try and change that person. If you don't like the way that person is, why are you with them in the first place? If you were in a relationship, you know, you should accept everyone's faults and flaws sort of thing. Everyone has their faults and flaws and imperfections. You got to just love them for who they are and what they are. And even though many people tend to just, you know, jump someone from a fair amount of height and distance and won't want to know them. What was I up to? I am hoping that I am different, accepted and more. That is all I can ever ask for, and more from others around me, even though I don't ask for much myself. If getting people that are saying that I am asking too much from them, that's their, as again, their decision and opinion. I believe I am different, obviously, from person to who I was a few years ago after being diagnosed with AIDS and more of these conditions and diagnoses that have been diagnosed with. Yes, I do get mixed feelings to some things that are heading my way, yet I believe that I can do anything with the right attitude, having that right positive attitude on me, as well as that positive mindset. I believe that would go for anyone anyway. We should at least enjoy each other's company, to live together, laugh together, breathe together, and more. If we do not, then how are we going to accept the bigger challenges in life that are likely to be given to us somehow? Right, that ends basically hopefully the quick tips and advice to you about dating an Aspie or in a relationship with an Aspie. So if you like this channel, like this video, shall we say, give it the thumbs up. Sub to my channel for more updates of what's gonna become of me, sort of thing. I'm hoping to share more of my piece of my encounterships, of my thoughts and whatnot. You know, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.